welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Caitlin. I am a reseller. I kind of consider myself a full-time reseller, and I sell on 4 platforms now. I sell on eBay, Poshmark, which is what this video is about, Mercari, and Citizen. So I have been a reseller since November of 2019. I am a new kid on the block, but I've already learned a lot, and I've already learned about how uneducated and uninformed I was prior to becoming a reseller. So the point of the video today is to help Poshmark customers, buyers, not sellers. And the video is supposed to be from a seller's point of view, what I wish you, the buyer, knew about the platform Poshmark and how to use it and how to protect yourself and to make sure you're dealing with a great seller so that you have a great shopping experience, so that you can get what you need and continue to use the platform and be happy. Because when people are happy and using the platform, that means that it's going to be best for all of us, all of the people who have items in their closet for sale. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is you should really watch this video before you start shopping on Poshmark. Do I think I know everything? No. And if you are a seller, feel free to comment down below and share any other tips that I missed in this video, because there is so much. But the first thing I'm going to tell you is when you install the app, make sure you use someone's code. It could be my code, which I'll put on the screen here. It's just my closet name, Recycle Your Style. It could be your friend's code, your mama's code, any code. Maybe you watch another reseller on, YouTube that you really like and you want to use their code. Use someone's code when you first log on and create your account on Poshmark, because it's going to give you $10. And that $10 is for you to use anywhere on the app. And it's the same thing as Poshmark giving you a $10 gift card. So you can go on and find something for $10 and redeem that code, that coupon code that you got, and it's automatically going to load onto your account. You don't have to have another code. Just once you put in my closet name as your referral code, you get $10. So you can use it on a $10 item, pay for shipping, bada bing, bada boom. You just got yourself a good deal, right? And it can be used in any closet. So let's say you use my closet name. It doesn't have to be used in my closet. Let's say you're like, oh, I found your video. I'm going to go ahead and use your code. And then but I don't really like anything in your closet. That's okay. You can use it in anyone's closet. That's the beauty behind it. But don't set up an account without one of these codes, because they don't just give you that $10. So you want to make sure you're using a code. And when you use someone's code, whether it be mine or another Poshmark, seller, we get $10. So you get $10 and I get $10. It's a win-win for everybody. So I say, if you have a friend or a family member, or you have a favorite reseller, you can use their code. If you want to use mine, it is linked below. I put it on the screen. It's up to you. No harm, no foul, no pressure. I just don't want you to miss out on $10, because that is a good jump start on something you might want to purchase. Another thing to understand is Poshmark was initially created as a way for you to clear out your closet, sell your stuff, keep it simple. A lot of people are like, well, eBay looks so complicated because they have a very complex listing, structure, and they have a different shipping structure. It's really complicated to learn at the beginning. Once you learn it, it's really easy. It's really not that complicated, but it's really intimidating for somebody who maybe just wants to blow out some things in their closet, make some room, make a little extra cash, and move on with their life, right? That was kind of like the initial concept for Poshmark. But it's kind of grown, and of course, brilliant people out there realize hey, this can be a legitimate business for me. And that is something that we sellers, a lot of us, not all of us, a lot of us legitimately use this as our business. I do not work outside my home. This is my job. The things that I sell on my platform are things that I have found and sourced and thrifted for or whatever, and brought home, cleaned up, steamed, sanitized, ironed, photographed, and listed. And I'm selling them to you still at a significant retail discount. That's the big thing here. But I'm making money. So you're going to go into my closet and you're going to see that I have 1,300 listings. No, I did not list 1,300 things for my closet. clearly. But what this does is it's like a steady stream of income for me so that I'm still able to stay home and take care of my kids. So it's a really great side hustle for a mom, or even a lot of us do this as like our full-time job. I have all my kids should be in school, Lord willing, this fall. So I will have time during the day. I could get a job outside the house, or I can continue to build my business and make more money than working outside the house. It just gives you more freedom, flexibility, etc. So it's our job. This is our business. So when you go to my closet, Recycle Your Style, that is my same username across all my platforms. This is my legitimate business. I claim taxes. I pay income tax on this. This isn't some like secret under the table deal. So don't feel like you're supporting someone with a closet, you know, by buying from them and going, oh, they're getting all this money and they don't have to pay taxes. That's not true. We pay taxes. So it's our job, and we put our heart and soul into this job. We, as a rule, because there's always exceptions to every rule. Here's the thing. So I'll talk out of both sides of my mouth a little bit. Not every seller is going to exemplify the characteristics I'm about to describe to you, but I can tell you the majority of us do. So keep that in mind. But as a reseller, I take my job very seriously. Most of the people that do this as a job take it very seriously. We pour our heart and soul into this. We probably put more hours in than we would at a regular 9 to 5. It is literally a 7 days a week, you know, 12 months out of the year, like 24/7 job. It literally never stops. So when we work and we do this job, like, we have flexibility because we can work on it as we want and we don't have to leave the home, but we literally put in a ton of work. So we take it very seriously. That being said, we care. We genuinely care about your shopping experience as the customer. We want you to be 110% satisfied. We want you to get clothes that you are so excited to have and own and wear that it's like disheartening to us if something doesn't work out. Like, not disheartening, but sad. It's super sad when something doesn't genuinely work out for somebody. So understand that. Most of us are coming from a place of, this is our business, we love what we do, and we want you to be happy. Because if you're not super happy, you're not gonna shop in our closet anymore, and repeat business is like necessity to life. Like, repeat clients and having someone come back to your closet multiple times to shop is how we grow, and it's how we make our money. So that being said, I wanted to put that out there because, like, I want you to know that we 100% want you to be happy, and it is all about you, the customer. The first thing I want to talk about, I have a whole list, okay? So this might be a longer video. Get yourself a snacky. Get yourself a little notebook so you can take some notes. I'm going to take a little drag on my soda. Let's dive in. Okay. Bundling. I'm going to put phrases in the bottom so you can, like, see what I'm talking about. Bundling. There's no particular order in these, but this is where I felt like I was going to start. So what is bundling? So bundling on Poshmark is when you go into a closet. So let's say you go into my closet, Recycle Your Style, and you find some items that you like. You find a couple of shirts or maybe a couple pairs of pants and you really like them. There is a button on your screen that looks like a little bag with a plus sign. You push that button. I'm going to have a little like tutorial video going here too. You push the button, and what that does is it creates a bundle. A bundle can have 1 item in it or 30 items in it. It's completely up to you. And what it does is it shows you a running total of what you've spent. And it also opens up the ability for you to be able to communicate with us privately. When you comment on a listing, like let's say you're in our closet and you're looking at a listing that you haven't put into a bundle, you have the ability to comment on that listing, but it's public. So everything that you say in that listing is public, everybody can see it. But if you put it in a bundle, it suddenly becomes a private conversation between you and the seller. That is part of the beauty of a bundle. Like, let's say you have some, you know, you want to discuss something about sizing and you're a little self-conscious, or, you know, you have a question that you feel a little silly asking because you feel like you should know the answer to it. Like, there's no dumb questions. Seriously, a seller should never make you feel bad about asking a question. We want to 100% make sure you know what you're getting, and I'm going to get into why, but never feel stupid for asking a question. But the great thing about it is it gives you the option to get multiple things shipped in one box, which saves shipping for you. And I wasn't going to get too much into shipping yet, but I'll go ahead and talk a little bit about it. Poshmark uses priority mail. Priority mail is a little more expensive. If you've ever mailed something, like, let's say you went to the post office to mail a t-shirt, probably that package was sent first class, which is a little bit cheaper. You probably paid $3, $4, $5 depending on where it was going. Priority is more expensive, but Poshmark uses priority because it will cover the item up to 5 pounds. So it'll cover a shirt, or it'll cover a really heavy winter jacket. It also provides you with up to $50 of insurance, and it provides you with a 2 to 3 day handling time. It's just a little bit more security. It's a little bit easier to track, and it kind of keeps the whole shipping thing easy for everybody. Like, it's one option. We don't get to change it. We don't get to mess with it. It is what it is. Poshmark uses priority mail. So keep that in mind. But so that means it's more expensive. Poshmark shipping is $7.11. So that's still cheaper than if you were to go, say, take a pair of jeans and mail it priority to your friend across the country. That would probably cost you $9 or $10 for priority versus the $7.11. But it's still more expensive if you're getting something lightweight like a t-shirt. Hopefully I didn't make you more confused. Point being, the shipping can be a little salty depending on what you're ordering. And I'm just being 100% real with you. But let's say you're ordering 2 pairs of jeans and 2 shirts and a pair of shoes. That $7.11 shipping for all of those items is a freaking steal, right? So that's the purpose of a bundle. You don't want to ever go into a closet and make separate purchases on different items, because you're paying shipping on every single one of those. And that's just crazy. You don't want to do that. But the issue with bundling also is you cannot bundle items with other closets. See, so you can't go into my closet and pick a dress and go into another closet and pick a pair of jeans and then go into another closet and pick a pair of shoes and expect that all to come in one bundle. That's not going to happen because it's in those items are in 3 different locations. So it's impossible to put it all into one box with one label. Does that make sense? So that's kind of the purpose behind bundling. It's going to save you on shipping. It's going to put you into a private conversation with the seller. And it's also going to help you, like, say you might not want to purchase right away, but you want to keep all your items together. You can put them all in a bundle, and then you go, okay, I know that I love, you know, these items from Caitlin's closet. I'm going to go ahead and put them in a bundle because when I get paid next week, I want to go back and buy them. Now, just because you put them in a bundle does not guarantee that they will be there a week later. That does not reserve the item for you. It does not hold the item for you. That is simply just adding it to a bundle, into a group for you. But if someone else comes and purchases it, it will fall out of your bundle. Just keep it in mind. So if it's an item you think is gonna go, might want to buy it. When you're in your bundle and you're communicating with your seller, with the closet, with the person who owns the closet that you're shopping in, there are certain things that are considered like etiquette. So there's certain things that sellers don't like to discuss on listings. Now, I can't speak, this again is not everybody, but a lot of us, most of us, have certain things we just don't want to discuss on a public page. So let's say you found a pair of jeans in my closet that you love and they're $40 and you're thinking you really only want to pay $30. It's considered not great posh etiquette to discuss price in the public chat forum of that listing. So when you open that listing and you scroll down to the bottom where you can hit message buyer and you put a little message in there like, hey girl, I love these jeans. Was wondering if you could sell them to me for $30. Like, cool, you're making an offer on a purchase, you know, on an item that I want to sell, which is great. I expect offers. We all expect offers, and we all expect to haggle. That is part of the Poshmark way of life. It's okay to make offers. It is okay to ask for a discount. That is all 100% okay, and we expect it, so do not hesitate to ask for a discount. You want the jeans for $30. You make a little comment on there publicly. Here's the issue. We don't like to discuss price on the main page of the listing. And the issue with that is simply because if you and I are having a conversation about these jeans, and let's say you ultimately decide, no, I really don't want them for that price, or we can't come to an agreement. Let's say I really don't want to let them go for less than $35, and I tell you that, and you're like, no, I really don't want to pay more than $30. Thanks anyways. You know, happy days, right? You go your way, I go my way, no harm, no foul, because we couldn't come to an agreement, and that's okay. But then what happens is that conversation is already down there. So let's say another user comes into my closet, finds these same jeans. They're $40. They think $40 is worth paying for that pair of jeans. In their mind and in their budget, that seems like a fair price. So they scroll down, they're reading all the details about the jeans, and they get down to the text conversation at the bottom of the listing, and they see that you and I are going back and forth, and I'm telling you that I'm willing to sell it to you for $35. And then they're going, well, if you're willing to sell it to her for $35, then why can't I get it for $35? So therefore, I've already lost $5 on that sale, and I didn't necessarily need to give that discount because that customer was already happy to pay my asking price. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's a business thing. You know, Walmart doesn't go around advertising what sales it's gonna run 2 weeks ahead of time, right? They put their sales out, and that's their sales. They don't tell someone, you know, you don't typically go into a retail store and go, well, you know, don't buy those jeans today because they're gonna be 25% off next week. Like, it doesn't really happen that often unless you like have a buddy or whatever, because it's business, right? Like, and what something might be worth to me might not be the same to you as it is the same it is to somebody else. So while we welcome offers and haggling and conversation, the appropriate place to do that is in a bundle. So you can go ahead and create your bundle and then shoot the message and say, hey, was wondering if you would take $30 for these jeans. 100% reasonable conversation. But, and that's kind of like the whole thing when you think bundle, you think there has to be multiple items added in. There does not. You can just put that one pair of jeans in your bundle and have a conversation with your seller. Another thing about offers and, you know, getting discounts and whatnot, there's a lot to it. So here's the thing. Again, this is our business. This is how our livelihood, this is the only job that I have. I do not have a job outside my home. So when you are coming to me and you want to haggle for a lower price, which I totally get because I don't pay full price. So I understand wanting a lower price, 100%, and I totally expect that from you as a buyer. But here's the thing. You can't be ridiculous about it. And this is going to be some real talk for you. And maybe you're going to get mad and leave the video now. But here's the thing. We call it lowballing, right? So let's say you pop on and you click into my closet and you see that I have a $200 J. Crew blazer listed for $80. Now this blazer, if you were to walk into the J. Crew store, would have cost you $200. I already have it on a significant discount at $80. I'm also in trend with what is currently selling for that particular blazer, right? So it's not cool to come in and send me a $15 offer on that $80 blazer. Here's the thing. I know that you as the buyer are trying to see what's gonna happen, right? You never know until you ask. And you know, maybe as a buyer, you'll continue to do this. That's cool. That's your business. How you want to shop is your business. I'm not here to tell you what to do. But a couple of things are going to go through your seller's mind. You might hit a seller with this tactic that will go, this person's lowballing me. and they clearly are gonna waste my time going back and forth in a battle, because let's say you offer 15, they'll come back at 75, you'll come back at 20, you come back at 75, you come back at 25, they come back at 70, which maybe you're into that. Your seller might not be. Some sellers are, 100%. Some sellers will go there and battle back and forth with you. They love it just as much as you do. The majority of us have lives, right? The majority of us are busy. The majority of us are trying to list new inventory, source new inventory, clean new inventory, take care of our children. Like, we got stuff going on, right? If it was me and I had an item listed for 80 and somebody came in and was like, hey, buy this at, you know, I want to buy this for 15, I'm automatically going to decline. No, I'm not going there with you, because you're nowhere near close to where I need to be. And maybe you as a buyer are sitting there going, well, how do you know how far I'm going to go? Because you're not going to haggle back and forth with me. Believe me, there's a curve. Like, very rarely do you start so far apart and get to a happy medium. It doesn't happen very often. It's happened to me where I've gone back and forth with a girl and we finally hit a sweet spot for both of us. But as a majority, it's insulting. Like, ultimately, that's what we think, is it's insulting. Like, we went out, we found this amazing product, we've cleaned it, we might have paid for it to be dry cleaned, we've, you know, done all these things. God knows how much we paid for it originally, and you come in with the lowest possible offer that you could. It's insulting. Like, we just don't appreciate it as sellers. Sorry. Yes, I know, I went there. But be classy. Keep it classy. Don't go too low. Don't try to, you know, necessarily get something for nothing. Like, know what you want to pay in your head. Kind of go a little bit lower, see where you get. You know what I mean? It's a fine art. And that's kind of where the bundling thing comes into play. Like, go into the bundle and say, hey, I'm looking at this blazer. You know, are you open to offers? Which we all are. We're all open to offers, I'll tell you that right now. But it kind of softens the blow. It kind of gets you talking with them, you know, and you can kind of gauge, you know, and you don't know that person's financial situation. Maybe that blazer was a gift. They just put it at 80 bucks because that's what, you know, the going rate was for the sold items online. And they just want to get it out of there and they let it go for $35. That's their business. And you lucked out. You got an amazing deal. So I'm not telling you to not haggle and go there, because you really don't know what the seller is going through or what the seller's situation is. But don't be the person who's like, I want this for $15. It's not necessarily a yard sale. You know, yes, you're going to get something at a huge discount, but it's not yard sale prices. So just keep that in mind. Like, if you're gonna go and lowball somebody, it might set the tone. You know, and they might go back and forth with you for a while. But just be cool. You know, that's really the point of like talking about this. Like, just be cool about it. So here's the thing about discounts. You are talking to this individual and, you know, you want to buy their items or whatever, and they send you an offer. And let's say you have hit the little heart on this item. You've liked the item. The important thing to remember about liking is this. Liking on Poshmark is not the same as liking on Instagram. We do not like things on Instagram. Like, we like everything on Instagram. We heart everything. Heart. We like on Facebook, right? On Poshmark, when you like something, what happens is a notification goes off in the seller's app saying, so-and-so, let's call her Susie Cheesecake. That's my go-to, like, fake person. Susie Cheesecake has liked your item. And what happens is we can click on it and send you an offer. And it is called offers to likers. And how that works is we have to send you an offer that is at least 10% below the asking price, the listing price that we have. Plus, we have to give you a shipping discount. Now, when we give you a shipping discount, that is either going to be $2.11 off, which makes the shipping for you $4.99, or we can give you free shipping, which is $7.11, and you get free shipping as the customer. Now, here's the issue. When we send you that $2.11 discount, or $2.12, I'm sorry, I'm getting my numbers confused. When we send you that $2.12 discount, we eat that. So when I send an offer to a liker, and I send them the discount, and I send them a discounted shipping, I just automatically took $2.12 out of my profit. So keep that in mind when you're, fishing for discounts, because that's $2.12 I'm already down. That doesn't even talk about the fee that I have to pay Poshmark for using their app. I'm gonna get into that. But here's the thing. You smash the like button. You're like, I like this. Cool. And maybe you do. But how many of those things are you really interested in purchasing? Probably not the 20 things you liked in someone's closet, right? You're probably really only interested in maybe 1 or 2 items. That's what the like button is for. So you're shopping around, you really like this top and this, shirt, and you didn't bundle it, you just want to like it for now because it's going to stay in your likes. So once you like something, it stays in your likes in your app, right? So you've liked it, and then you're going to probably get a discount sent to you. So that's another way to, if you don't want to necessarily haggle and talk about, go back and forth about offers, and you want to see if you can get a shipping discount, that's the way to do it. Like that item and then sit back and wait. Most of us are pretty responsive within that day. Some of us are within those few minutes because we want to catch you while you're still in the app. But here's the thing. Once you like that item, every single time I send an offer to a liker and it's lower than what I sent to you originally, you're going to get the new offer, which is kind of cool. So let's say I offer you a 10% discount with discounted shipping. And you're like, that's not really good enough. I really want it for less, but I don't need it right this second. I'm not going to go back and forth on price with her. It's cool, right? I'm just going to let it go. Once you let it go, and let's say a month or 2 goes by and this item is still sitting in my closet and I've got some more likes on it, I might come in and say, you know what, 25% off, discounted shipping, right? You're going to get another notification. Now, that might be awesome, but that might also be a huge pain in the rear end. Because if you've gone through and liked all these items in the app, you're going to get notification after notification on all those items. And you may not have a bit of interest in purchasing those items, but you're still going to be getting those emails and those notifications from Poshmark because you've liked the item. So just keep that in mind. Likes on Poshmark are not the same as likes on Instagram and Facebook. Hope that makes sense. Now, when we send you a discount, we lose money, like we've taken our price down. We also have to send you the discounted shipping. It lowers our price. It's good for you to know what Poshmark sellers are paying Poshmark. So when I sell something for, let's say I'm selling it for $50, I have to pay Poshmark 20% of that sale. So 20% of $50 is $10. So I have to automatically give Poshmark right off the top $10, right? So that makes my profit, my earnings, $40 on that item. But let's say I gave you a discounted shipping rate of $2.12. Well, that lowers it even more. So you see here where discounting and going back and forth in price can really quickly lower the amount of money that a seller is making on that item. Now, that might not be your problem, but this is our job, it's our job. So if you want to have, the best shopping experience, it's good to know where the sellers are coming from and why you might get the responses that you're getting. Okay, so that's why I'm sharing this with you. It's not to make you feel bad. Like, we're paying for a service. Poshmark offers a great service to us, and we're paying for that service knowingly and willingly. But just remember, we paid for that item originally. We have to pay the shipping discount. We have to pay the Poshmark fee. the service fee. So the further down we discount an item means the lower and lower the amount of profit we made on that item. Just keep that in mind, right? It's a business for us. So just on a human level, just remember that, you know, think about it as you're shopping and understand why you might hit different roadblocks in your negotiating, because your seller is going to know in their head what they can let that item go for, right? Okay, let's talk about feedback, right? Let's say you bought my jeans, right? You came in, we haggled over those $40 jeans I was talking about before. We agreed on a $35 price and I sent you a shipping discount. So you got those jeans sent for $35 with $4.99 shipping. They came in a timely manner because Poshmark has standards for their sellers to ship. It used to be they like you to ship within 2 to 3 business days. With everything going on right now in the world, not every place is getting their mail on time. Not everybody can get out depending on the level of, you know, precautions that are in their state. There's lots of different issues, but Poshmark has said, you know, we still really want you to get everything out within 7 to 10 days. Most sellers will ship their stuff immediately because we don't get paid until you get your item and accept your item. So here's another thing that sellers like kind of get testy about. I sell you these jeans. I will ship them next day. I have a 1.1 day average for shipping. I usually ship every single day except for Sundays and holidays. So you make a purchase with me on a Monday, Tuesday morning, that thing's going out to you, typically. If not, Wednesday at the very latest, right? So it's come to you, it got to you in the 2 to 3 days because it is being sent priority, and you get the item. Your job as the buyer is to open your package, look at the jeans, check them out, make sure they're what you expect them to be, try them on, do all the things, make sure there's no holes, make sure there's no stains, check it over. We've already done that on our end, but we miss things, so make sure you're thorough, check it all over, and then what you're gonna do is go into the app, go into the purchase, go into the item, and it's gonna ask you to rate your seller. Now, here's the thing. When you rate your seller, this is not rating the item, right? This is rating your shopping experience with that seller. So let's say you ordered these jeans and they're in the condition that they were described to be in. They are the size that you knew they were marked to be, and you get them, but maybe you just don't like the way that they fit, or maybe you just don't love them as much as you thought that you would. Poshmark has different return regulations that we do not control. Just putting it out there. We do not get to decide what returns Poshmark accepts and what they don't. But let's say you get the jeans and you're like lukewarm about them. You know, you've bought them, you'll wear them. Are they going to be your fave, you know, that you wear every other day? Maybe not. So you decide, you're like, I'll give them 4 stars because they're good. They're what I expected. Am I over the moon about them like I thought I would be? No, but it's cool. 4 stars. That's not how this works. And it's so like sad for us because remember I told you we take this very seriously, right? So you're rating the overall shopping experience. Was your shipment timely? Did the item come the way it was described? Did you have good communication with your seller? Was the item packaged appropriately? Was the item clean? You know, these are the types of things that you are rating. So typically you should have an excellent shopping experience because like I said, it's the expectation on Poshmark. We are expected as sellers to conduct all of our transactions to your benefit as the customer. We are to make you happy. That is our job. And most of us live by that code. Are there a few bad apples? There are everywhere. You can't escape it, right? But for the most part, that's where we're all aiming for a 5-star review. So if you have received your jeans or, you know, and you're happy with them, they are in the condition you expected, there's no mysterious holes or stains or anything like that, you know, that would be a 5-star transaction. Now, there's a place to comment. So let's say you get your jeans, you're madly in love with them. As soon as you rate that seller, that's when the money is released. So when you pay for those jeans initially, Poshmark holds that money. They keep it. And then once you have accepted that item, you have 3 days to do this, or it automatically accepts for you. So I'm going to come back to that. Once you accept your item, the seller is paid. Okay? So that's a little different. On eBay, it's not like that. Poshmark, it's like that. You accept the item, seller is paid. So when you get the item, well, let's say on the first day you open it and you love the jeans, you put them on and you go on your merry way, right? And you don't rate your buyer or your seller, we wait 3 days for our money. See what I'm saying? Like, rate your seller. Even if you just go in, hit the 5 stars and hit submit. You don't have to retype anything. It takes 2 seconds. Just accept your order, because that's when we get paid. Now, once you accept the order, it is very difficult to open a case and get money back. Okay, so make sure you are 100% happy with that item. Now, I know I'm dancing on dangerous water here, because Poshmark has a pretty stringent return policy, right? Poshmark does not allow you to return an item based on fit. So let's say you buy jeans, you wear a size 8, you come to my closet, you get my jeans, they're a size 8, I put measurements in the listing for you. Don't buy anything without the measurements. Just don't do it. I put the measurements in my listings. I have a few from my early days where I was like stupid. I need to go back and fix them. I just haven't had a chance. So if you see a listing that does not have measurements, comment in the section, hey, can you put measurements up for this? They're gonna do it for you. Don't worry about it, right? So here's the thing. Make sure you know what you are getting. Make sure it is going to fit. If you get these jeans and in this particular brand, maybe you're really a 10 instead of an 8, you cannot return those jeans based on fit. Poshmark will deny it and you are stuck with those jeans. And the idea is that you would just reposh them, put them on Poshmark and sell them. There is nothing the seller can do for you. We cannot change it. I had a woman buy a skirt from me. Sweet as pie, right? I had the measurements on for the skirt. She loved the skirt. She loved the print. She was familiar with the brand and she thought that this skirt was going to fit her. She did not check the measurements against other skirts that she owns. So it didn't fit. It didn't fit her. And I felt so bad because she was so sweet about it. See, here's the thing. You attract more flies with honey, right? If you have a issue with your item, it's frustrating. We get it, because we've all been there, because most of us sellers are also shoppers on Poshmark. We know how frustrating it is to get something and it doesn't work out, right? Don't come for people. Like, that's the thing. Start low. Like, be reasonable in the beginning. Try to control your anger and frustration and try to work with the seller, because 9 times out of 10, they really want to work for you and work it out with you. Poshmark, 9 times out of 10, really wants to make you, the customer, happy. It is more about you than it is about the seller. But they do not accept returns based on fit. They just don't. I even messaged Poshmark in this return because she opened a return. They call it opening a case. She opened a case and was really sweet about it. Was like, hey, I know, you know, there were measurements. Like, I thought it was going to fit me and it didn't. Is there any way I can return it? And I even commented, I know it's against your typical, you know, policy. I will 100% accept this return. I am okay with that. You know, please consider, you know, letting her return this item. Nope. Poshmark denied it. They ruled in my favor and she was stuck with the skirt. And I feel really bad about it. I honestly felt so bad about it because I want my customers to be happy with everything that they buy. And now here she is, she has a skirt that's shorter than she thought it was gonna be and she was just not comfortable wearing it, you know? Like, that sucks. That did suck. Here's what you do. go to Walmart or whatever store you shop at and get yourself a seamstress tape. They're $1. They're super cheap. If you're going to be buying online, you need one of these because you need to know what your measurements are. Because when we list something on the internet, we put measurements up. Like we'll put how long the item is, how wide the item is. Typically we'll lay it flat on a flat surface and measure it across. So like, let's say it has a 30-inch waist. They're a 30-inch waist pair of jeans. We're gonna put 15 inches for the waist, typically, right? So here's how you would, you know, like the best way I can tell you to measure yourself. It's really hard to like measure, you know, and know like, oh, this is what I like, you know, it's really hard. The best thing I can tell you is to go into your closet and let's say you're shopping for jeans. Pull out your favorite pair of jeans that fit you really well and measure those. Measure, lay them flat, completely flat, and measure across. There's videos on YouTube teaching you how to measure clothes, real simple. Measure them, write them down, and compare. Then you'll know, like, oh, I wear a 30-inch waist. I know that I like a mid-rise jean, which means it's gonna, in the front, it's gonna measure so far. You know, usually like 10 to 11. Or I like a high-rise jean, so like 12, 13-inch front rise. They call it a front rise. And it's like basically your, it's a horrible word, like right in the crotch of the pants, the seam, up to the hem, or up to the waistline is called your front rise. Look it up on the internet, I'm telling you. Look up your inseam, like how to measure an inseam. It's so easy. It's so easy and it's going to save you. It will save you because you don't want to think you know and be wrong. Because Poshmark does not accept returns based on fit. Now, let's say you buy jeans from my closet. I advertise them as a size 8. I tell you they're a size 8 and you get the jeans and they're a size 6. You can open a case and return them because I have falsely advertised the jeans. Or let's say you buy a skirt and I say that it is 20 inches from waist to hem, which isn't a very long skirt, and you get the skirt and it's 48 inches from waist to hem. That's misrepresentation of what you're buying. Of course you can return things like that. A good seller is gonna have a lot of pictures. So they're gonna have a good description for you. Don't buy things that have like a 2-word description. Cute skirt. Okay. Buy things that are gonna tell you this is a J. Crew skirt. It has a side zip with a hook and eye close. It measures da 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 da. There are no stains or holes in this skirt. Or there is a small stain on this portion of the skirt. See photo. Whatever it is that they put on there, because it's frustrating when you fall in love with an item, you buy the item and you get it and you find a stain or you find a rip or it's not the right size or whatever. Yeah, you can open a case and then Poshmark's gonna send you a mailing label and you gotta put that item in a box and then you gotta take it to the post office and you gotta mail it out, and then in 3 or 4 days when it finally gets to the buyer or to the seller or whatever, then your money is refunded. It's exhausting. It's not hard, it's just exhausting, right? So just know what you're buying before you click that button. Like, measure your clothes, measure yourself, get someone to help you if you need help. Like, go see your grandma, she knows. Like, whatever it is you gotta do it. That way you know what you're getting, right? Measurements, they will save you. Here's some things about sizing that your seller cannot help you with. They do not know necessarily if an item runs big or small. Now, we're all different sizes. A size large shirt, even if you too wear a size large, it may not fit me the same way it is going to fit you. That's why measurements are so important. So don't message someone and say, hey, I wear a size 10, will this fit me? Honey, I have no idea. I have no clue, right? Don't message me and say, hey, my kid is 3, what size shoe? Do you think these shoes will fit him? I don't know. Is your kid big? Is your kid small? Does your kid like, you know, tall for their age, short for their age, you know, fatter, chunkier, skinnier, wide foot, regular size foot, like narrow foot? Like, we have no idea. We have never seen your child, and we cannot tell you what size foot or what size shoe your child is going to wear. We just can't do that. We sell so many brands, and they all are cut differently. And we can't possibly tell you if something runs small or big unless we hold it up and go, this does not look like a medium. This looks a little big, or this looks a little small. And a good seller is going to notate that in the description. They're going to say, listen, this looks a little big. It could fit up to a large. Please reference the measurements. It all comes down to these pesky measurements. Let me tell you, do not buy something that doesn't have the measurements. Just don't do it. We want to help you. we just can't always help you. Like, you know, we don't know if you're 5'1" or 5'5", 130 pounds, 160 pounds. We don't know. We don't know. We can look at your profile picture, but again, like, we don't know. We don't know if it's going to fit you. We don't know if it runs large or small necessarily. We just don't know these things. That's why measurements, right? Let's say you buy an item and it's not what was advertised. It has a stain, or it's ripped, or something is wrong with it. 9 times out of 10, the seller missed it. We are human. It happens. We are not trying to slide something under the radar. Like, if you get something and the zipper is broken and we didn't catch it, or there's a hole in the pocket, we didn't catch it, whatever, don't come for us, please. Be kind. Like, we probably made a mistake. All you have to do is open a case, and Poshmark gives you a little box that you type in, and you would just say, hey, I got my jeans. The zipper doesn't work. I've put a picture here for you because it gives you the option to use your phone, take a few pictures, right? Put a picture here. Zipper doesn't work. I'd like to send them back. No problem. Poshmark is gonna like rule in your favor and go, okay, cool. Here's your money back. Here's the label. You've got 2 days to send it out. Send it back, right? Real simple. Throw it right back in that bag. Zip it. Stick the new label on top of the old label. Send it home. Sellers sometimes get frustrated, right? And buyers get frustrated. So here's the thing. You might be 100% justified in what you are doing, and as long as you come at it from a place of patience and understanding, you're gonna get your money back, right? Like, it's gonna happen. So don't come flying off the handle. As frustrating as it may be, I know maybe you bought this as a gift, or maybe you need this to wear to a specific function, which, if that's the case and you're going to buy secondhand on Poshmark, make sure you leave enough time. Like, don't wait till the last minute, because something could go wrong, right? That's a whole other conversation. But try to be kind, try to be professional about it. I know it's done all virtually and you're not dealing with a person, but there is a person on the other end. So, you know, when you send in your case, just state the facts, go back to the listing, you know, make sure that, you know, it was truly a miscommunication, request the money back, whatever. You're gonna get it, no problem, right? You don't need to come in and be like, they lied, calling names, cursing. You know, it's frustrating. I get it. Like, I get it. I know. But that's still a person. And that person is genuinely going to feel horrible that this item did not work out for you. Truly, they really are. Poshmark is insistent on making you, the buyer, happy. Because without you, the entire app does not work. They want you happy. Just keep that in mind, right? Also, be a good customer. Make sure you read the description. Read the entire thing. Ask the questions. This is going to ensure that you have a better shopping experience. You don't want to buy something and it's listed in the, you know, it's notated in the listing, there is a stain on the sleeve in da-da-da spot, and you miss it, and you open up a case about that stain. If it's listed in that listing and there's a picture of it, you're gonna get denied. They're gonna deny your return. So make sure you read the description. That's just how Poshmark works. That has nothing to do with the sellers. The sellers don't get to pick. But as long as you fully read your listing and you 100% know what it is that you're getting, you're going to be golden, right? You're good. Shop with active sellers. Now, when let's say you go online and you're looking for a Michael Kors purse, you can filter your search to recently shared or recently listed, just in that kind of thing. If you put in something that was recently, if you put just shared, in there, that means that the seller has just recently hit the share button. As a seller, we have to share our listings. And what that does is it bumps our listings up in the algorithm so that when you type in Michael Kors purse, my Michael Kors purse will pop up in the listing feed, right? Instead of being down at the bottom because I might have listed it 3 months ago. But if I hit the share button, it puts it up towards the top so that it's more visible to you, the customer. So when you filter your search for that Michael Kors purse to recently shared, you are pretty much guaranteeing yourself that you're going to get an active seller. Now, this is something that I hope Poshmark works on. This, again, it's not our fault, the active seller's fault. Some people go inactive on Poshmark. Like, let's say I decide one day, like, oh, I'm done with this, and I just walk away and I delete the app off my phone, and I've got my listings up there, and you purchase it, right? Because you see this amazing deal in my closet, you purchase it, and they take your money, right? And the item doesn't come, and the item doesn't come, and you send a message and say, hey, wondering when you're gonna ship my item, and then you get no response because I've deleted my app. I have no idea that something has sold, or I don't care because I'm an inactive seller at this point. You are gonna wait a while for you to get your money back, because here's the issue. Like, you don't know if that person's inactive or if they're on vacation and they just didn't, you know what I mean? So you're going to be like kind of like in limbo going, well, where are they? Are they going to ship my package? I don't know. Like, don't do that to yourself. That's why searching through the just shared items, which there'll be a lot, there'll be plenty to choose from, believe me. It kind of guarantees that you're getting somebody who's actively working their business and looking at their closet. You can get your money back. Like, let's say you accidentally buy something from an inactive seller, you'll be able to cancel and get your money back. Don't worry, you're not going to be out the money, but it's just frustrating, right? Because you want to buy something and you're waiting for this item to come through. And this is kind of where Poshmark kind of needs to reevaluate, like, on their end. Like, if a seller hasn't done anything in the app for X amount of time, they should automatically, like, be put inactive until they log back into the app, right? Like, let's say I decide to take a month-long hiatus. People should not be buying things from my closet, waiting for these things to ship, and it never comes. And you could have bought the same exact item for somebody else and had it in a few days. It's a little frustrating. So that's just a little tip for me to you. Like, look at the just shared items, shop in the Posh parties. Poshmark does parties all day long. Like, you'll get the invites, you'll see them. You can't miss it. And the parties are just like best in jeans, and it's all jeans, right? It's all jeans. And you can filter that, but those items have been specifically shared to that party in that time frame. Those items are not pulled in by Poshmark. The sellers actually have to put them in there. So it's a really great place to go in order to find things that are being sold by active users. Now, if a seller goes on vacation, they should put their closet in vacation mode. And when a closet is in a vacation mode, you might go in and every single thing in their closet is not available for sale. Every single thing, right? That's because they put their closet in vacation mode. A lot of sellers will put a little note like in there somewhere like, hey, on vacation, be back, da-da-da-day. And this makes it so you can't make a purchase. So that you're not sitting there waiting for something that isn't going to be shipped for 2 weeks because they're on the beach somewhere, living their best life, like they've put their closet on vacation mode. That's our way of making sure you don't waste your time. You can still like items and you can still bundle items, but don't expect to get responses to questions and don't expect to be able to buy anything when a closet is in vacation mode. Just keep that in mind. I think just a few final tips for you as a buyer. The best way to protect yourself is, looking at your photos. Really zoom in, really look. If you see something that looks questionable, ask. Like, hey, I'm seeing this dark mark on the third photo on the right sleeve of the shirt. Is that a wrinkle? Is that a stain? Like, the buyer is not gonna, or the seller is not gonna be offended. Like, that's our job, is to answer your questions, right? We want you to be happy with your purchase. Like, truly, we do. So ask those questions, really look at those photos, you know, and make sure check your measurements. I mean, I cannot stress this enough for you. Like, this will eliminate so many problems for you down the road. Make sure it's gonna fit, right? Just make sure. Double, triple check. Make sure. A lot of sellers don't put measurements in the listing. So be prepared. You're probably gonna have to ask a lot of people. Descriptions should not be vague, right? We don't need 1,000,010 emojis and, you know, all this fluff about how it would look great for this occasion, or and you could wear it in the sun and it'll make you look beautiful. And yeah, you know, I'm rambling. Okay, right? So I might put something in one of my listings that said, this would make a great shirt for the holiday season, right? Done, right? They keep it simple, keep it concise, read it through, make sure you know. Ask if it's coming from a non-smoking home. Check. But again, buyer is not going to be offended. Our seller is not going to be offended. You're the buyer. I'm the seller. Ask the questions. You know, here's the thing about asking questions though. If you really aren't that interested in the item, don't ask a million questions and bother them. Like, be considerate of that person's time too, you know. Talk to them as if they were in the room, right? Like, you don't go into a clothing store and ask the sales associate a ton of questions about something you're not really interested in, right? You just don't go there. It's kind of the same thing. Like, I mean, let's say you're cruising through and you see a shirt and you're like, that looks a little faded, and you're interested in it, but it looks a little faded, right? So you message them and say, is this faded? Is it meant to be faded? You know, what's going on here? And they tell you, oh, it's a little faded. It's been worn quite a bit, blah, blah, blah. You can say, okay, thanks. End of conversation. Don't keep asking questions about it because you know you're not going to buy it because it's been worn a lot and it's faded. Move on. Like, don't waste the seller's time. Don't waste your time. Make sure the photos are clear. Don't buy from people who have it thrown and it's dark and you can't see what you're buying. Like, the newer posh sellers, people who are new to the platform, their photos aren't going to be the best. Okay, they're just not, because they don't understand, and maybe they don't have all the lighting and all the the mannequins or the dress forms or whatever. Like, I get it, but you can still take a brightly lit photo, right? And a clear photo. We all have smartphones now. There's really no need for a blurry photo. So if you've got these dark, blurry photos, probably not the smartest person to buy from. You know, not always. You might be surprised, but take a look at the photo, look at the surroundings. Is there, like, you know, is it on a dirty floor? Is it on a dirty bedspread? Is it got a lot of clutter around? You know, is there a cat? Like, you know, like, pay attention to these things, because you don't want necessarily animal hair all over your item. You don't necessarily want something that's been, ooh, hello. You don't want something that's dusty, like sitting in dusty house. Like, you can kind of get an idea of what you're dealing with, right? You know, just be smart about it. And I mean, overall, you should have a lovely experience shopping on Poshmark. You really should. It's a great place to shop. It's amazing to buy secondhand. There's a lot of new with tag things too, so don't discount it. Like, if you're like, I don't buy secondhand, there's a lot of new with tags. It's a great place. Like, it really is. And it's a good thing for the environment. Like, even if you're not huge on the environment, buying your clothing secondhand, it helps the environment so much. Like, let's say you're just not really into it. That's your business. But buying secondhand really, really helps. It's 90% of, or what is it? I think it's 90 billion pounds of clothing go into landfills in the world every year. 90 billion. Set, you know, like chew on that. So that's another reason why us sellers love our job so much, because we save things from going into landfills. Beautiful things that have all this life left in them, that don't deserve to be in a landfill. We save them. Like, it's part of what we do. We consider ourselves superheroes. No, not really. Okay, I'm getting punchy. Yeah, I think that's about it. Honestly, the things I can think of, and maybe there'll be a part 2 to this video someday, I don't know. But those are really the true basics to shopping on Poshmark. Good communication, appropriate communication. If you're unsure, just put it in a bundle and do it that way. Make sure you know your measurements and you know what you're buying. Clear photos. Don't like everything you see. Just don't do it. That's not how it works on Poshmark. Rate your buyer. Rate your buyer as soon as you get your item in the mail, as fast as you can. If you're on vacation, it's cool. Like, we'll wait. But, you know, if you're home and you have the item and you're happy, just do us a favor and rate it. That way we can get paid, you know? Be patient with us. Sometimes mistakes happen, and we will be patient with you. Poshmark is on your side. Know that. Poshmark and the seller is on your side. Like, we want you to be happy. And make sure you get a code. Get a code. Use mine, recycle your style, or use somebody else's, whoever you want. Get that $10. And don't be a lowballer. Don't be a lowballer. It's not cool. It's not cool. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you found it useful. I hope that you liked it. If you are a reseller and you watched it just to hear what I was telling people and you have more to add it away below. The comment section's open, so please do. You can also follow me on Instagram. Would love to have you. You can find my Poshmark closet and follow me there. If you are a Poshmark closet, or if you have a Poshmark closet and you want me to follow you, put it below. I'll go follow it. Share this video. You know, this video, the point is to make it a better buying experience for you, and to take some of the things that are like a little bit of annoyance off of our plate, you know? Like, we love you as the buyer, we truly love you, but some of you have no idea what you're doing. And we love you for it, we really do, but I had to make a video to help you out. So hopefully you loved it. I will see you all in my next video. Bye!